how to play Mortal Kombat 1 in 2025. You pick Cyrax, Serena. That's it. End of the video. Later. I'm just kidding. Don't leave. I have information that can help you. Now, there's a lot of these videos on the internet, but if you came across this one, this video is to help you possibly get better at the game so that you're not just getting angry all the time and you know why things are happening the way they do. So, and as someone who has caused 1,225 fatalities, made it into demigod at least 3 times. I'm pretty lazy about ranked, but if you care about this, I think I know what I'm talking about. But there are still some areas I am weak in, weak in, and you know, practice makes perfect. So how do we play the game? How do we get better at it? What are some things? Let's get started. This video is not going to be edited, unfortunately. We're just gonna, you know, go through it, ramble on, but I'll try not to make it too long. But everything's just kind of intertwined with each other.
Karma Communion. Gelato. The gateway.
So first thing is the movement section. It's going to be focused on spacing, jumping, dashing, baiting, whiff punishing. What is all of it? Well, for starters, baiting and whiff punishing go hand in hand. We're going to set smoke up, do this shit, right? But let's say we're dashing in and out, and he throws that out, right? Whether he was trying to get us, we successfully baited him into doing that. Bam! Get a punish, I get my combo. Done. And that is the spacing and whiff punishing section. So now we're going to go to dashing. You don't need to be a dash master, but wave dashing will help you move around faster, or you can do it an easier way, which is you hold block, hold 1, 3, 2, or 1, 2, 3, whatever. You just want to hold them, let go of block, ignore that grab. And as you can see, I move faster now. But this is not necessary, but in some cases it can help. Jumping. Jumping is a good way to also close the distance, but you want to be mindful because you can get hit out of the air. Jumping's pretty risky in this game, but it can still be good. And there's also the worry of up blocking. But you can counter this up blocking with what's called a safe jump. And how do we do that? Forgive me. We're gonna go to oh, there we go. I was like, well, where's Jade? Anyway. Alright, up block. See, he's up blocking me. So we're gonna do this. Oh god. I forgot about this. This is not a good way to test this. So why don't we do this? There she is. And then we're gonna switch. And we're gonna do am I missing something? Yes, the same. Ah. Alright. See that? It canceled out my other one. And it is now his turn at +5. So, and there are certain strings in the game that have this. They'll have like a overhead hidden in there. And it's just, you can't uplock it. But anytime there's an uplock out in the open by itself, or not an uplock, excuse me, an overhead out in the open by itself, nothing else, you can uplock. And on the topic of blocking, we just went over up blocking. And we're going to talk about flawless blocking. So depending on how good your reaction time is and other things.
Melina, young gun.
Nope, I should not be here in this situation.
Chut changes. Chameleon. Lady
All right.
Size off.
Bam.
Gateway.
Let me see if I remember the string. There we go. So this string is -5. Alright? That's its normal. However, excuse me, I'm really bad at this because I never practiced it. She is now -15, which means I can take my turn back. As you can see, I got a punish, got my combo, bam. And just like the jump in overhead situation with the up blocking, you can make it safe and like, let's say she does, there we go. Any minute now. So even though I flawless blocked it, she had the cameo to cover her ass. My god, I'm really bad at this. I just want to do one more. Sorry, that was it. Damn, I cannot. I mean, I did do it once. That's the idea. There we go. Anyway, I got hit there twice. So, you want to be careful of that. But if you notice that there are overheads by themselves or strings by themselves that you can flawless block or up block, you want to do that so you can take your turn back. Now let's talk about OS because it's on the blocking section, and they go hand in hand. So what is OS? How do we do it? How does it help us?
Smoke.
We're gonna use
Young
smoke.
gun. Newest Bugatti. Lady Size off. The Gateway.
Now I'm probably gonna mess up on this too because I'm not super good at it. But this is why we lab things, to get better at it. Now, Let's say I didn't know smoke was gonna grab. Yeah. There we go. You're basically releasing the block to get your duck. But what this also does, it preemptively blocks you, sets you up to block also an attack. So it removes the guessing situation altogether. It's a little finicky, but... And there's an easier way to set it up, but... With enough practice, you can get pretty good at this. See that? I blocked the low and I avoided the grab. Oh god, not there. But you get it. Moving on. Strings, frame data, plus frames, take your turn back. So in some cases, you know, like what's mashing, what's not mashing, all that stuff. How do you know? Well, that's where plus frames, and negative frames come into play.
The gateway.
So smoke is +8 here, and he just threw out his forward 3, excuse me. I cannot take my turn back because he is plus. You are subtracting the startup frames off of your next attack. So it is coming out faster. So even though it says startup 12, it's actually basically coming out at frame 4. And you don't have a frame 4 move. It does not exist in your arsenal. And then the opposite. That's -6. -5. Right. This just means it's not his turn. He can't go here and then here. So that's basically coming out at frame 17. Okay. So, if you catch your opponent doing this, and you know this, and you pick up on it, call them out either with a down 1 to take your turn back, or you do a string into a combo. And notice how it didn't say punish, it said counter. Because you're not punishing him, you're just guessing right that they're mashing on you to maintain their pressure and play their mind games, and you are saying, I'm not going to play those games, I'm going to get out of this situation. Oh god. But if they do hit you, then, well, you just kind of have to deal with that. When you get hit, they are in hit advantage. It is not your turn. Unless they do like a hit into a grab, you can still duck and jump. But if they JO you, you can't do anything. So
Smoky Bear.
Can't even arm.
Number 2.
What does that look like?
Frosty the Snow Karma Chameleon. The gateway.
That looks like this. What we need to do is turn this off. Turn this on. Nope, not that. Alright, so he's taking his turn back, right? let's say I did something and he poked me because I tried to do something else and it was negative. Anyway, he poked me. I'm holding up. I can't jump. I am jailed here. I'm going to duck. Can't do it. I'm gonna mash. Can't do it. I'm going to armor. I can't. It's not a thing. Because I am jailed, it is not my turn. The only thing I can do is block. Because down one doesn't combo to anything. However, if I block it, right, I can take my turn back. Or I can go. Armor. Because I'm not jailed. I blocked it. And if someone is doing this to you, and you pick up on it, turn that off. Hello? Oh. It's not real. Now you can jail someone here, but if you block it, they can't do it again. Why? Because it's negative. And also taking your turn back. You'll want to know what's fake and what checks you and what doesn't. Now, in some cases, you can set up the computer to down one to take their turn back, but it doesn't always work for like long scenarios. So you want to put yourself in the situation and have the computer do it instead. So what I mean is,
Smoke. Young
we're gonna do Smoke Frost.
Winter Wolf. Newest Ungadi. The Gateway.
Now this could be looked at as mashing from like both angles, but we're not. We know when to take our turn back. We know these things. We've been following along. We've noticed you're doing this string multiple times. We know how to interrupt it if we can. So we are going to do this. Oh my god. I fucked up. That's block. We want to put this on the reverse. Recording. There we go. Pause it. Back to this. Make sure. Bam. Alright, so whenever we do something, he's going to attempt to take his turn back as early as possible. Now this is real. Checks it. You can't down one there. We can't do that. Now some people do get hit by this because it's a double low and they're expecting the overhead. People don't work on their reaction times. But this like is reactable because it is 24 frames. I don't know the threshold. I think what, 16 frames is unreactable? 17 kind of. But there are certain situations where it's like you're not even reacting to it, you just know it's gonna come. And you're prepared for it. So like this for example. Like you could be reacting to this because it is, what is it? 26 frames? But you could just be preemptively doing it, right? Because you've seen it so many times and you're expecting it at this point. However, if I have, let's say, Million, and I do ball roll. Yeah, the fuck? There we go. Hello? The fuck went wrong? What went wrong? That. Oh, it's not on. Why is it on? There we go. See that? Checks. So that's real. And it's like, this is 18 frames. So it's pretty much unreactable, right? So it's like, well, damn. How do I prepare for that? Well, good rule of thumb is if you are paying attention to the cameo and you see that it's Melina, they're probably going to go for the ball roll most of the time. So you'll just stand. And that's not you, and this is an example, that is not you reacting to it, that is just knowing that it's coming up. You are preemptively setting yourself up for it. But you have to be careful not to get in your head that they're going to do this for sure. We'll look at another different situation.
Check out the bomb.
Scorpion.
Number 2, Shirai Ryu. Badass
Scorpion.
Karma Chameleon. The gateway.
So I do this, everyone does it. Happens. It's like bam, 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 right? And it's like, well, why would they duck there? People do. I do it all the time. I get hit by it. Alright. There. See that? Took our time back. And again, like, I'm doing my up block because I cannot block it. But again, I could just know this is coming. Like, this is not me reacting to it. But you want to find what is reactable and what's worth reacting to. So, well, what's another thing that trips people up? So we are going to do Scorpion, Farah, well, Farah, you guessed it. Ding, ding, ding. All right.
Gateway.
So, we're going to set. So normally, oh shit. This is the issue here, right? Farah's out. Now, if you block this, you can armor out of the situation. Sorry, I'm looking here. That's when I stream. Camera's up here. So if you block it, you can armor out of the situation, but it will jail if this hits. And you're gonna get smacked by that unless you block. Or, well, yeah, if you block. However, because this is, 21 frames, so it's technically reactable. If you've never seen something, you probably won't react to it. But if you practice something enough times, if you see it enough times, you will probably react to it. So, opponent, we're going to set them up to jump. Alright. Oh shit. Gotta time this right. See that? There's no cameo. It never came out. And this applies to up blocking too, if I didn't already go over it. If you up block something and it is not a ambush cameo involved, they just try to do a overhead into a cameo, that cameo will not come out. I don't know if people know that or not, but that is one of the reasons why up blocking is super useful. People just can't get away with free overheads. It's not a thing. Unless it's like jammed in a string and you can't up block it. So jump. There is no cameo. So again, finding out what's fake and what's not. So in some certain situations, anytime they are, in the cameo stance, and you see an opening, start pressing buttons. You're not mashing, you're just getting out of the situation, but it can be looked at that way. But you're just taking your turn back because you know the situation. But that is the basis of the game, is you take your turn back in certain cases with down one, other certain cases you take it back with a full string. It just depends on what your opponent is doing and if you found some sort of pattern. But it's all going to take time to get used to. Now, we are going to go to replays because I have some matches prepared for this. So, this person actually messaged me, told me I had no skill, but I mean, he made mistakes. But let's look at what went wrong, and why he lost, and why I won. All right. So as you can see, I'm doing a normal Mortal Kombat thing. I say normal because that's what you do in Mortal Kombat. You do your lows. You condition them to block the low. You start doing overhits and grabs and all that. It's not 50-50, it's just mixing them and getting inside their head, because that's the game you want to play. Anyway, so match starts. I run up, he calls Kano. He was already low blocking, so I don't know why he stood here, but he did, and that gave me a free combo. So combos going, bam, bam, bam. Boom. Alright. Now, I'm going into Smoke's forward 4, and like we discussed earlier, it is +8. So it is not his turn. He can't push any buttons here. It's not gonna work. So I don't know if he tried to press here, or if he just didn't block. I was trying to guess. I don't know. But he got hit by the low. Bam. We got our combo again. I drop it. I go for the double low. I'm harassing him with lows at this point. He could have called me out on this, but he doesn't know, as you can see. Now, I gotta stop doing this. I gotta learn my cancels properly. But I thought I was gonna hit. Did not. Alright. And he did that for some reason. I don't know why he did that. So, and that left him at -20. Anyway, I'm coming in. I am +2 here. Now, he could challenge me here because I decided to go for my low instead of my down one. But he doesn't, and he's expecting it over. Now keep in mind, this is all reactable, but this is the game. We are getting inside our opponent's head. We want them to play our game. We want to do things. And like we discussed earlier, the movement thing. Look at that. I'm waiting. I backdash, which causes him to throw out an attack, giving us that whiff punish to get in. What? Instead of, going around the map and risking him blocking the overhead, we got him to throw out a string. or a move, so that we can whip punish that instead of just, you know, throwing it out. I don't know why this was blocked, but it was. I never seen it blocked before. Usually it just kind of floats up there. I messed up my grab. That was the first time I've seen a block, so it kind of threw me off. Not gonna lie. Alright, so he gets his combo. He drops it. I poke him. Bam. Now, this forward 4 is a high, and it seemed like he was expecting it because he ducked, but he decided to stand, and that won us the game.
Finish him.
Now, let's look at a replay where I lost. And this is what you want to avoid. Like we were talking about earlier, you don't want to preemptively get in your head that, like, oh, they're going to do this. That's exactly what happened here. Instead of waiting to confirm, I got inside my head like, oh, he's going to do this. Alright, so I got hit there, right? Wasn't prepared for it. Did that. I thought he was going to overhead here, but rather than waiting to confirm it, I got hit. Bam. I poke him, I try to do overhead. He has enough time to counter that. I am expecting the overhead at this point, because I'm just putting it in my head. Like, he hasn't even thrown it out. And it's reactable. His overhead is reactable. Because it's... Where is it? There it is. It is 24 frames. But I did not wait to visually see that. And that's just takes time. Alright, so he's +7 there. And then... Okay, so that threw me off. Alright, so he pokes there. Because I tried to poke him, right? Tried to take my turn back, I failed. He does the knee. It is no longer his turn. So, because my poke failed, I tried to switch it up and do something else. And he ducked it and did the down 1. Giving him his turn back. He does a little stagger. That little split kick that he did, that is +7. So it's not my turn. I block. I don't know what this next kick is. It doesn't really tell us. But he tried to do something else after it. And I... Actually, no. It had to be negative because that was a punish. So he did not block my mid into my low. Well, he blocked the mid part, but not the low. But I failed to combo it after. I opened myself up there, stopped the overhead. He armors. I tried to jump. Cameo gets called, cover that jump. Armor. Armor.
Thought you could steal the show?
But you can see there's like a little flow going here, a little back and forth. As we're trying to get inside each other's heads and force you to play our game. Cameos or not, this is like every Mortal Kombat. And in some certain situations, your opponent can be negative, but that string pushed you back really far, so you can't really take your turn back, and they check you with something. So, like you could look at that as them mashing on you, but that's just you not waiting. I'll show an example of that. What I mean. Got the overhead. Getting sauced up right now. Bam. I lost. Shit happens. Alright. As you can see, I won the set. So let's look at the match that I did win. Alright. So we try to go for that. He tries to do the safe jump thing we were talking about earlier, but he didn't do it right, so I got my up block out. Bam. We get a punish. And that's the nice thing about up blocking, you know, you're avoiding that plus frame pressure. Like, I don't know why some people don't like it or call it brain dead. Like, it helps out in a lot of situations. Even if it's just being used like on the overheads, you know, like you don't have to worry about a cameo anymore. Or it makes them super unsafe. Anyway, found my uncombo. My uncombo. Tried to go for low, didn't get it. Took my turn back, decided to throw him. I did not do anything. Gotta work on that timing. He tried to do his wake up. So I did notice he was doing that a lot, so I kind of expected it. See, now I'm actually confirming that he's going for the lows because he's doing them a lot. He jumps, I jump, and I kick him in the face. The round is mine.
Take two. Action.
Alright, that's a low. I countered him. Failed my combo. Trying to take my turn back. We traded. There's a lot of this back and forth blocking pressure going on, right? We're not really falling for anything. So it got my thing out. Combo out beforehand, failed it. Did not up block that. I could have, but did not do it. Alright, you got me in the corner. I'm doing Johnny things. Bam. Armor. Does his armor. I tried to up block it, but I didn't get it out in time. I don't think you can up block that one. I got that one. Tried to do my fatal blow combo. Failed. He does his fatal blow, but doesn't confirm it for some reason. And I come in for the punish, and I take the game. With a brutality, of course. Splat. Alright. So, this can be looked at as mashing, but other thing, it can be looked at as baiting. However you want to look at it, it is what it is. This stuff happens, so you have to be prepared for it. So, we're gonna go to Kung Lao.
Looking good.
We'll go to Smoke.
Bear, Scorpion.
Cameo does not matter in this situation.
The gateway.
Now, some characters can take their turn back because they have a long enough reach to do so. They don't have to worry about stuff like this, but Sindel can do this too, where she like pushes you back really far with her hair, so it's like you can't. It's really hard to punish her. But anyway, so what we're going to do is get up reversal, practice settings. Oh. Reversal. Recording. There we go. Just make sure. Yep, alright, so he's gonna take his turn back. See, even though this is not plus, it's -5 and it's safe. So you can still block and not get punished. I pushed him just far enough back to bait him into a down 1 so that I can punish him for it. That just goes to the whiff punishing thing. Here's another like fake situation that like that one's a real situation. Here's a fake situation that we can take a look at. Right. Here's Kitana.
Mama's favorite.
I'm probably not going to remember the string, but that's okay.
Chameleon.
Try to
The gateway.
speed through it. There we go. Oh, you know what? We should switch. Alright, cool. Alright. So this, let's do it, is +6, right? But because there's like a big ass opening, but you know, you're being respectful, right? You're letting them do their whole thing. But that's what I was talking about earlier. You want to look for the openings, take the turn back, and it's like, it's not mashing, you just know when to go. And that's just going to take time to get used to. I mean, it could be looked at as mashing, but you're not. Or just pressing buttons. Whatever. We got out of the fake situation, the fake plus points. So, knowing what's real, what's not. We shimmied out of there. Bam, we got our turn back. Got a full combo out of that. Now, if this was a real plus frame situation, I would not be able to do this. It would do something like that, right? But that's pretty much everything. So I hope this was helpful. This is for like beginners, intermediate, help you understand the game a little bit better. But it's just knowing when to take your turn back, repetition, knowing the replays, practice mode, looking at everything, knowing when to press your buttons, when not to. And, you know, that all takes time. But, you know, this is how I play the game. Other people play it certain ways, you know, they'll try to camp you out, or they'll just smash on you like crazy because they saw the big combo on YouTube and that's what they want to do to you. They don't know anything else. Was there something else? Oh, yeah, we can go over combo structure actually. So it's like, how do you pick up a character? What do you do? Oh, a general like thing. I think you can play this game like this way, kind of with a lot of characters, right? We'll go Nuke for example.
Badass Arena. Lady Sazoff. The gateway.
Now, oh god, no. Switch me back. There we go. Alright. So like anytime like it's blocked, yeah, it's -10, it's pretty bad. But, you know, it hits, you got that frame advantage or hit advantage. And like this is not real, but people will get hit by this because they're not expecting it. But they can duck here, which will lead noob players to do that, which is how I play noob. You know, I'm fishing for this, right? Bam, get that. Get this going. Give them the duck. But once they start blocking it, you know, that kind of shuts down my whole game plan, so I gotta start doing other things. Like that. Oh god. That's not Tremor, that's Scorpion. But that is pretty much it. My name is Frost. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I did not go over combos, so forget I said that. Wrap it back up. Rewind for a second. Right, so combo structure.
Sandstorm. Newest Ungati. The gateway.
So, I think this is important. You got your bread and butters, like you're looking for your hit confirms, right? so that you can get, you know, maximum bang for your buck. You know what I'm talking about. 383. And you want to try to optimize it, and you know, that's just, you know, using the least amount of bars possible, or none at all, but you're still getting a lot of damage. But, you know, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes you get this shit, and sometimes you're not expecting it, right? Like that clip. And, you know, you're just like, oh shit, that happened. But that's when you want to practice your hit confirming. Come to the lab, it's like, did it hit? Alright, we're gonna go through with the combo anyway. And even though it's slightly less damage, doesn't matter. We're doing it anyway. Because that's still 351. And if it does hit, it's more. And sometimes you're not going to be able to use... well, this is his fastest one, but let's say it was a different one. Like, let's see, Smoke did... I need something unsafe. Yeah. What is this? -6. -6. Damn it. Oh, I know. There you go. So that's -16. We can punish with anything, but let's pretend only this works. Or only this works. It's just hypotheticals. So you want to see that negative frame and be like, okay, what can I punish them with? Liu Kang's pretty much the only one with a 6 frame. Kung Lao is supposed to have a 6 frame punch, and so is Li Mei. At least that's what we were told at the start, but on my game specifically, it does not say 6 frame jab.
Sundo's finest.
So I don't know what that's about, but I know Liu Kang for sure has 6 frame jab.
Earthquake. Karma Chameleon.
It's like frame 8. If they're frame 8, you can get a jab combo punish going. If it's like frame 10, same thing. Get that jab combo. If it's anything higher, then you can start doing your other ones. Your more like, we'll say riskier ones. Your slower ones. And depending on how much you're hitting them for, the combo will start to scale. So keep that in mind. Okay, so jab. See? 7 frames. Recording. Jab. 7 frames. I don't know. We're gonna go to Kung Lao. Where is he? Where's my boy? There he is.
Brawling badass. Dirt Devil. Chameleon. The Great Hall.
And you can look up combos on YouTube, or you can just experiment. Find someone who plays your character and your team, and you know, go from there. Like here's a good example of optimal. I don't drop it. Oh god, he is blocking me. No, I failed. There we go. 335. 1 bar. That is not bad at all. And then, you know, we go to the corner. We can get something better. No. This combo is a little bit more tricky. Oh god. Yeah, I knew I'd get it. 433, no bar. That is really good. I need to work on that combo more. But just, you gotta spend time in the lab, figure out how to optimize it. This is just a small preview just to show you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything. My name is Frost. I hope this was helpful. And you have a good day or night wherever you are. Yeah, peace.